If you feel that stabbing pain right at the front of your shoulder and bicep tendon every time you lower into a bench press or dip, and you've already tried backing off the weight, stretching, or just pushing through it, this video is going to show you exactly why that keeps happening and how to fix it. We're going to cover 2 quick tests, 2 exercises, and 3 form fixes so you can bench and do dips pain-free without quitting the movements that you love. I'm Dr. Joey Seyforth, online shoulder rehab specialist with Combat Performance. We help active adults fix shoulder pain without useless injections, endless PT, or surgery through one-on-one online programming and coaching. We've helped guys in their 40s, 50s, and 60s who were stuck benching and doing dips with that front shoulder pain. They tried backing off the load, tried switching to dumbbells, they tried everything else they could think of, and they're now pressing heavy again with 0 pain in the front of the shoulder. One of our clients said it best after we addressed the root cause behind his shoulder pain in the gym.
I could finally do dips. I was never able to do dips for years. To be able to do dips where I wasn't able to do it before, it's just, it tells me I'm moving in the right direction.
That's what happens when you treat the why behind the shoulder pain and not chase symptoms. Most people do 1 of 3 things when bench press starts hurting the front of their shoulder. They drop the weight and push through, switch to cables or dumbbells, or stretch the chest and call it a day. None of those fix the actual problem. They just manage around it, and eventually even cables start to hurt. Here's why. The bench press is not just a chest exercise. At the bottom of the movement, your shoulder travels behind your body into extension. You need roughly 45 degrees of shoulder extension for pain-free benching. Most people with front shoulder pain have less than 30 degrees. On top of that, the bicep tendon runs from the bicep muscle all the way into the front of the shoulder joint, and it gets loaded hard at the bottom of every rep when mechanics are off with bench and dips. For dips, the shoulder requires even more extension. Without it, the front of the shoulder pays the price over and over because it does not own the mobility needed. Rest doesn't fix the mechanics. Lighter weight just slows the irritation. Your shoulder isn't a standalone joint. It's the end of a chain, and if the other areas aren't moving well, the shoulder has to continue to keep compensating. Here's something important to understand. The bicep tendon has one specific spot where it lives, a groove at the front of the shoulder called the bicipital groove. When your shoulder blade isn't rotating properly, when your shoulder joint doesn't have full extension range, the ball of your arm bone glides forward at the bottom of bench and dips, and that loads the bicep tendon right in that groove, over and over, rep after rep. Bicep tendonitis is a symptom, not a cause. In the Big 5 framework that we use with our clients, we're making sure to address the neck, thoracic spine, shoulder blade, shoulder joint, and nervous system. For this presentation, we're targeting 2 specific areas. For the shoulder blade, if the shoulder blade is not able to properly retract, it does not give the shoulder a fighting chance because it will close off the space and pinch the front of the shoulder. Second is the shoulder joint, specifically the posterior capsule tightness, which pulls the ball forward instead of letting it glide back cleanly. Dips really bring out the problem because in a dip, your arms go even further behind your body and your body weight is fully loaded. If you're missing that posterior capsule mobility, dips will absolutely load that bicep tendon. Now let's get into a couple tests to see what you specifically have going on. The first test is a speeds test. Put your arm straight out in front of you and use your other hand to push down on it as you resist. Where do you feel it? If you're feeling that sharp pain right at the front of the shoulder at that bicep groove, that's a positive sign for bicep tendonitis. Don't worry. This is a totally normal sign for someone with your presentation. Keep watching. We'll retest after the exercises. Test 2 is a bench step tolerance test. You're going to grab a table or a bench for this test. Place your hands on the bench with your fingers pointed away, walking your feet out in front of you. Now slowly lower your hips down into a dip. How far can you go before you feel that familiar bite in the front? Take note, that's your current range ceiling. We're going to really be targeting that with these exercises. You should be able to break that 90-degree position. If you cannot, the shoulder is paying the price every time you bench or do that dips at the bottom position.
I know you're struggling with shoulder pain and you obviously want to fix it, so text me the word pain to 720-710-4371 and I'll send you my free shoulder pain fix demo. Now back to the show.
Now let's dive into exercises. For these exercises, use the pain traffic light. Green is mild discomfort, okay to proceed. Yellow is a slight increase that settles in 24 hours, monitor carefully. And red is a sharp, catching, or lingering pain. Back off that movement. Exercise 1 is a banded posterior shoulder mobilization. This frees up the shoulder joint capsule so the ball of your arm can glide backward at the bottom of bench and dips instead of jamming forward into the bicep tendon. Attach a resistance band to a rack or door frame at shoulder height. Face away from it and place the band around the very front of your shoulder near your armpit. Step forward until you feel that tension pulling your shoulder backward. From there, move the shoulder in and out of a chest press motion. The band is physically gliding the head of the arm back into a better position. Complete 2 sets of 15 to 20 reps. The slower you go, the more the band can do its job. Blasting through these turns this into a lazy press, not a mobilization. The The reason we're doing this is because the posterior capsule tightness is causing the ball of your shoulder to slide forward at the bottom of bench and dips. When the ball can't glide backward, it loads the bicep tendon in a compressed, irritated position. This mobilization creates the space it needs to move freely. Exercise 2 is a prone extension liftoff. This builds the exact extension pattern you need. Lie face down with your arm hanging out by your side. Next, you're going to create a bend in your elbow and you're going to lift your elbow straight back towards the ceiling. Hold for 2 seconds at the top. You should feel this in the back of the shoulder, not your neck. This builds both mobility and strength in that crucial extension range. Do 2 sets of 12 to 15 reps. If you can't lift without pain, start with just holding your arm in various positions to build tolerance. A common mistake is arching in the back to fake the range. Keep your chest on the ground the entire time. Why we're doing this exercise is to target shoulder extension in the range that is most limited with clients with this presentation. If you cannot own the range on your own, a barbell or body weight will continue to flare up the front of the shoulder. Now, let's go over 3 form fixes to get you feeling better with bench press. Fix 1 is your grip width. If your grip is too wide, your elbows flare and your shoulder extension demand increases dramatically. Bring your grip in slightly, shoulder width or just outside, and notice how the bottom of the press changes. Fix 2 is your elbow path. Keep your elbows at roughly 45 to 60 degrees to your torso rather than flaring out perpendicular. This reduces load on the bicep groove at the bottom of every rep. And fix 3 is a floor press. While you're improving your shoulder mechanics and range, use your floor press to reduce the range and still allow you to train. We have clients that have done this while we're working with them through our programming, and they can still lift very heavy to get that pump as we're working on the extension range with other exercises. Now go back to that bench depth tolerance test. Get in that dip position again. Lower down slowly. Notice what's different. Can you get a little lower? Does the bite come on later in the range? Even a small change right now is not a coincidence. That's your shoulder blade and posterior capsule responding immediately to what we just did. Imagine what consistent work on these over 2 to 3 weeks can do to your bench. Those 2 exercises we went over were crucial, with banded posterior mobs to free up and offload the front of the shoulder and that extension liftoff to train the end range mobility. If you do not own that shoulder extension position, don't be surprised when bench press and dips continue to flare the front of the shoulder and bicep tendon. But here's what I need you to understand. Those exercises are a powerful starting point. They're not the complete fix. To permanently solve this, you need to address the 5 areas of the Big 5 system: your neck, thoracic spine, your shoulder blade, your shoulder joint, and the nervous system. If you want to go deeper, grab my free Big 5 shoulder fix training using the link in the description. It walks you through these assessments with more tests and exercises. And if you're tired of guessing, trying random YouTube exercises, or doing generic PT that never fixes the root cause and you want a long-term solution, then text me the word PAIN to 720-710-4371 to get a tailored step-by-step approach on how to permanently fix your shoulder pain. Our mission at Comeback Performance is to help over 1 million people around the world eliminate their shoulder pain, avoid unnecessary imaging, injections, and surgeries, and get their lives back. After you reach out, please like and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out daily content based on your guys' questions on shoulder-related topics regarding pain and rehab. At Comeback Performance, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.